Hello, 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 hello. So, hello, everybody. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. And every Sunday, I come on for the business plugs mixer. I have a phone around here going off, going crazy somewhere. Let me move that. But come on in, share this on your platforms. Tonight we're talking about grants. That seems to be a popping topic right now. I get a lot of calls, a lot of people interested in how they can get grant funding for their businesses. And so tonight I'm going to tell you about three things that you may not know that will help you to secure grants. And the reason I feel like I'm able to do this is because since last year, since COVID, I've been blessed to receive several grants, including the Facebook grant and most recently the Comcast grant. The Comcast grant actually consists of a commercial being ran on Comcast from September 15th until December 14th. So, yeah, so for 90 days, I get to have my commercial ran on Comcast totally free. And so, the reason I am doing this is because I know that a lot of people would love to have grants for their businesses or loans for their businesses or funding for their businesses. And the truth of the matter is, you may not know where to start. And so I get that question over and over and over again, where people are asking me, okay, so how do you get grant money, and where are the grants and all of that? In this video is on YouTube, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook Live under LSMB Business Solutions. I'm going to tell you that I have links. So I have a link if you need to go offline and we need to talk one on one. I provided a link for you to do that. If you are a self starter and you just need to get it and go, I provided a way of doing that. But the whole thing is to help you as business owner find the funding that you need in order to sustain your business, because right now is more important than any time other time. Going through the pandemic has its own challenges, and if you can't find funding, like, this could be the end of the road, and has been the end of the road for a lot of small businesses. And my friend and I were talking about this the other night, that you must know how to pivot. Like in your business, you must know how to change it up. And if you're a brick and mortar and you're brick and mortar only, you must figure out a way to bring your business online. So that's the first step. The first step is people are only funding things that are sustainable. And what COVID 2020 taught us is that being a brick and mortar alone is very risky, because when the government closes down the city, then if you're a brick and mortar, unless you're an essential service, and even then, you don't make the same revenue. And so a lot of businesses took the pivot, learned how to pivot. And what that basically means is they went online. They created an online presence in addition to their brick and mortar. So being just brick and mortar right now is really not good. So one of my clients, a potential client that called me today, let's use her for instance. She is a club owner. She owns a nightclub of some sort. And so for her, like learning how to sell her merchant, first of all, creating merchandise and then learning how to sell her merchandise online may be a lifesaver for her. I don't know. I don't know enough about the business to actually, tell her specifically what to do. But the point I want you to get is that to have a brick and mortar alone is no longer valid if you're going to be a small business and if you're going to be able to sustain the unknown. Like, you have to create an online presence. And that's very, very important. And that's why I like working with women 45 and up, because a lot of us aren't tech savvy. And so what that means is we're getting left behind because we haven't been able to use the technology to help build out our businesses. We have no idea. When I when I talk to people about sales funnels, they like glaze over. What is that? But right now, I'm trying to help small businesses find customers that are not in their neighborhood, that are not in the even in their city. And so, in order to do that, you must be able to have an online presence. When I know a lot of people like, I'm working in secret, I'm working in silent, I'm working wherever. But one of the things that you need to know about getting grants is they're going to Google you. They're going to find out more about you. And so now more than ever, you need to have an online presence about your business, even if that online presence is only a Facebook page or a LinkedIn page. But you need to have an active page where a grantor can find you, can understand what you're doing, and understand what they're investing in. So that's number one. Get an online presence. If you don't have an online presence, then talk to me and let's get you an online presence. I am a certified digital marketer, so I can help you to get an online presence. That's not hard at all. Or find somebody. If not me, then please find somebody, right? Because the whole point is you being able to not only just be a brick and mortar, but also that you're able to sustain like these bad times, these very revealing times. So, and a lot of times, and I always do this, like a lot of people don't have a lot of money. So with Linda, digital marketing is expensive, and it is. I'm the first person to tell you it is not cheap. But what I want you to look at, I want you to look at the return on the investment. The return on the investment is whatever you're making in whatever you're paying in digital marketing. Like, what if you could 10x that? What if you could get 10 times that in revenue? So look at, up to 10,000. Everybody won't get 10x, but you should at least get dollar for dollar or $2 for one, right? So you should be able to 2x it if nothing else. For every dollar you spend, get $2 back. That means that if you're spending $1,000, that you get $2,000 back, right? But just understanding with digital marketing, there is an investment. No one is doing digital marketing for free out here in these streets. They will give you the bottom basics of things you do, like, tags and posts and get likes and ask your friends to like and share and all those kind of things. They'll get that, give you those bottom things you can do free. But you need somebody who's going to post consistently. If you don't, you need somebody who's going to look at the back behind the scenes and understand the metrics, like understand what metrics are out there so they can see how well your money is going, what's happening. You need somebody who can see behind the scene. So, and that costs money. Again, it costs money to get that, but it's not like you can't do it. Okay, so that's one thing. The other thing is you need to be legitimate. Like, you have got to be legitimate. You cannot be a hustle and you're trying to get grants and loans and things, because again, credibility is king. That means you're a licensed business. You've registered with your state. You've registered with your city, your county, if that's required. You've registered. You've done all the registration. The IRS has you have an EIN. The IRS knows you're out here. You are paying taxes. And this is the thing. A lot of people, I don't want to pay taxes. I'm not registered. I don't want to pay taxes. I've heard that too. But the thing about it is you only pay taxes on the money that you're making, right? So if you are paying taxes, that means you made money. I mean, but you want all your money, right? Well, that's just not how it's done. If you are a business, you have to be legitimate. If you're going to get money for grants and loans and contracts and revenue, the money's out here. Like, they're going through now signing about a $3 trillion infrastructure, and it's got some small business support in it. And you can't get to that money if you're not legitimate. Like, nobody's paying for a hustle. So the number two thing that you should know as a small business is get your ducks in order. Like, go apply for your license, get your EIN. Those are the things that you need to do. In addition to, hey Yolanda, hey, hey y'all, thank you for joining me. Trying to help these people get to that grant money. Sweetie, it is a ordeal to say the least. But like I said before, being legitimate, getting an online presence is one thing that you should know. Like a lot of people want to work in secret and they want to work, undercover and all this thing. I do get wanting to be undercover when you're working on a specific project. I understand that, not showing it to people until it's ready. I get that. But if you are a business, you need to be out here where you can be seen. I tell you, girl, yeah, thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So yeah, so if you are trying to get money for your business, to sustain your business, to grow your business, to expand your business, whatever you're doing to start your business, because there are some companies out here that provide seed money, like the beginning money to start your business, right? It's not the federal government, because I get that question all the time. People are like, well, the federal government, do they have a program where they can actually pay you to start your business? And no, the answer to that is no. And don't let nobody tell you that it is. Like people say, well, you pay me and I'll tell you where the grant money is. Don't, and I'll tell you what the government grants are. These are things you can do on your own. Like you shouldn't have to pay anybody to find the government grants. It's not hard. I mean, it really isn't. But knowing how to get grants, like knowing how you need to be structured, knowing how you need to be legitimate, like knowing all those things, you may have to pay somebody to walk you through that if you're not sure. But don't have somebody saying, well, to apply for my grant, I want you to pay X number of dollars. That's what I mean. You don't have to pay anybody to apply for a grant. Unless, now I do know about, like, I think it's called Women's Net, which charge like $15. I mean, but you get 10,000. So, that right there is if you win it, you get 10,000. That, menial amount, but I'm talking about minimal amount, but I'm talking about people who want to charge you $1,000 to apply for a grant, or they want to charge you, hundreds of dollars to apply for a grant. No, don't do it. Please don't do it. That's a waste of your time and your money. So yeah, so the first thing I told you to do, thing one, is to make sure you have a social media presence. It may be pulling teeth. You may not feel comfortable with being on the internet. Like a lot of people aren't comfortable. They just got comfortable with email. And now we're saying, oh no, you got to put your whole business online. And they're like, that's a lot. So if you're not tech savvy, if you're not technology savvy, then invest in someone who already has credibility, who can help walk you through creating an online presence. If nothing else, in this COVID season, you must have an online presence in addition to any physical, like brick and mortar or out of your car or whatever it is. You still need to have an online presence in order for grantors to find you. Second to that, you must be legitimate. Like you must be legitimate, because no one's paying for hustles. That means you have to have all the licensing, you have to have all the taxes paid, you must have your insurance, you must be insured. Like those are the things that you should be doing anyway. And so this is not a stretch for those who are already legitimate, then you're ready. So just make sure that you are being legitimate when you're trying to go after grants, because they do check. They do not want to give grant money to somebody who's illegitimate. Okay. So illegal, like operating a business without getting proper license and insurance and things that go along with having a business. The third thing I'll tell you about, but first I want to tell you that I'm actually, like, if you're a self-starter, if you're a person that you can pick up information and then apply it quickly, I actually did a master's class it's probably been a few months ago, but the information is still relevant. So I did a master's class where I taught you not just how to get grants, like I told you how your business needs to be set up and the things you need to do in order to be a grant worthy, fundable. But then in addition to that, I show in that master class where the grant money is. Like I like doing both of them. I like showing people how to do it and then showing them where to do it because it's information that's out here that you have access to. And because you don't know what questions to ask or where to look, then you're like, I need grants, but how do I get them? So this master class that I did a few weeks ago, I made it available as a replay. And so in the description, you'll see the link in order to do the, I think it's a Cash App. You do a Cash App sending me the fee for the access and your email address, and then you can watch it in your own time. Okay, so I have that available, and then also I have available if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me about grants. That's a free visit, like that's a free discovery because what I want to see if I can help you. If I can't help you, I have people to refer you to. So it's not like, okay, I'm trying to get all these people so I can help all these people. No, 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 no. Some of it is out of my realm. It depends on what kind of business you have. It depends on what your financial status is. There's a lot of things that are contingent on whether I can work with you or whether I need to refer you to one of my financial partners who can help you in a bigger sense than I do. Because a lot of businesses don't have the financial reporting that's needed. Like if they ask you for your taxes that you filed in 2020, do you have that? If they ask you for your taxes that you filed in 2021, for those of you who do that 3-month reporting of whatever your nonprofit, do you have that information that you can submit? And in the cases you don't, then a financial person needs to help you because you need to get that paperwork right first. But that's the first and the second thing. Now the third thing is, do you as a business have a DUNS number? That's DUNS. Do you have a DUNS number? And a DUNS number is a free number that you can get at dnb.com. That's David Nancy Boy, dnb.com. You can go to dnb.com and apply for a DUNS number. I should also tell you that you want to use this number. It becomes like the social security number for your business. And so when you're trying to establish business credit, the DUNS number is the number that you will use. In addition to that, if you are going after government grants or government contracts, then you'll need a DUNS number. They are actually converting the DUNS numbers to be a unique identifier that they're creating. And so I think in 6 months, the DUNS number is going to go away, or relatively soon. The DUNS number will no longer be used, but it's being used today. So today, go get your DUNS number. That's number one thing that you need to have if you're going after government contracts, government grants. The second thing is once you get that number back, then you want to go to beta.sam.gov, beta.sam.gov, and you want to go there and register. So the third thing is, like I told you, I have 3 things that you wish you'd known about getting grants. You want to, if you're talking about getting government grants, you want to register at beta.sam.gov. But you can't do that until you get your DUNS number. That's why you're going to do your DUNS number first. So yeah, so that's government grants. But there are other things out here. Again, it is important for your business to be viable. It's important for your business to have records. It's important for your business to be structured correctly. It's important for your business to be legitimate because no one's funding, no one's giving money or anything to businesses that are not properly structured and attractive. So what I do with business owners is we talk about where they are. Then we talk about where they want to go and what their dreams and ambitions are. And again, in the link, I've put a free one-on-one. We can talk, you can register, go and pick a time that's good for you. And it can be online or in person. I am in Chattanooga. So if you're in the Chattanooga viewing area, then we can meet in person with mask, of course. Our building does have a mandatory mask um, requirement, but we can meet at the building or we can meet online. You can get to choose whether you want a Zoom call where you can stay in your home and I can stay in mine, or if you want to meet me in person, then we can do that as well. But it's the whole thing is to help businesses understand, especially for-profit business, because the myth is only nonprofits can get grants. Only nonprofits can get grants, and that's simply not true. And even if the grant says that is for nonprofits, there's a way of getting a fiscal sponsor, still getting it. So we talk about all of that in that video for the master class. I go in great detail. There were some people that were online, and they asked their questions. And in addition to that, the bonus is if you get the replay, then you also get access to me to answer any questions that you have after you've watched the replay. Again, the replay is like 2 hours long. So it's 2 hours of me training step by step by step by step how to get your business up and running so that it's legitimate, and then how to get grant funding so that you can get access to the funds that you need in order to operate your business and to keep your business afloat during this time. And these are perilous times, really they are. And so that's the whole goal. And I came on tonight, the Business Plugs Mixer, to talk to you about how to get your business up and running and ready for getting grants or contracts or whatever it is, loans, whatever it is that you're looking for. I came on to just give you 3 quick things that I want you to remember when you're trying to get funding for your business. So you can click in the links in the description and get in touch with me, or you can also just go ahead and do, I think it's a Cash App that you pay and send me your email address, and then my folk will give you access to the video version of a masterclass that I taught. And also in that, there are some things like a grant cheat sheet that you'll get as a part of the deal. And I think the other thing is a template of a fiscal sponsorship. I think that's what that template is. I'm not certain. I think it is. But it's in order for you to start thinking about how you can get grant funding for your business. I get the question all the time, is there a government grant that's going to help me start my business? And that answer is an N and a no. No. There's not a grant division in the government that pays people to start businesses. There's simply not. Don't believe the hype. That's all it is hype. It's not true. There are grants out there from the government when your business that you've already established does something that they're willing to fund. So like if you are doing some kind of training, or if you have some kind of product that they can use, then you can possibly get grants for that. Or most times it's services that you're doing something and they give you a grant to continue. Like if it's a lot of research grants, a lot of technology and innovation grants, like things like that that's going to push the government forward. But that's not to start your business. That's to actually do the work. And so you want to be certain when you're going after government grants that you read and make sure you qualify, right? You have to make sure you qualify. Also, as a bonus, let me give you one more thing. Did you know that you should register as a business with your city, with your state, and with the federal government? Like there are certifications for minorities and women who puts you in the front of the line. They're called set-asides. So there are things out there that are set aside for minorities and women to help grow your business in funding, in that being contracts, government contracts, and government grants. So you might want to you can select in the grant issue. You just select, like if you're a small business, you'll say small business. Or if you're a nonprofit, you say nonprofit. Whatever your business model is, whatever your structure is, you can put that out there and see if there are any grants out there that are available to you. But yeah, but that's what I came on. Just a quick, didn't want to stay on too long, but did want to come on and give you 3 things that you wish you knew about grants. Again, must be legitimate, right? You must be legitimate. You must create a presence. You have to create a presence so they can find you and see what you've been doing. What's your genius? What you've been doing out in the world. Create a social media presence. Make sure that you're legitimate, right? And then get your DUNS number and your beta.sam.gov. Get those informations if you're interested in doing government grants. So yeah, so that's it. 25 minutes, not too long. So my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug. You're tuned in to the Business Plug Mixer, where every week at 7 o'clock, I come on and I talk about things that are related to small businesses or professionals who want to move forward. Next week at 7 o'clock, I will be interviewing the women who are doing the 100 Women Meetup. And so they're my guests next week. There are 4 fabulous women. They're going to come and join me, and we're going to have a conversation about what they do and why they do it. It's a way of doing collective marketing. They have a wonderful business model where they help women get heard and get seen. And so they're coming on the show next Sunday at 7, and I hope you join me. Again, my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug, and I'm going to see you next week at 7 p.m. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week. Bye-bye.